ask you whether you had $1,000. I asked you, would you give it? I didn't quite understand at first, but I said, well, sure, Lord, if I had $1,000. He said, 2 Corinthians 9 in verse 10. Look at this. This is what he told me. 2 Corinthians, I keep saying Chronicles. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, and look at verse 10. Now he that ministereth seed to the sower. Stop right there. Who is he that gives seed to sowers? God. So if God gives you the seed, you don't even have to have it right now, because He's going to give it to you. But He don't give it to somebody who's not a sower. Who's a sower? Somebody that says, I'll do it, Lord. I'll make the vow. I'll give the seed. You put it in my hand and I'll give it. So I said to the Lord, I didn't have a penny, but I said, Lord, according to your word, yes, here I am, use me. So I gave $100, that's all I had. I gave it to that ministry. The next month I gave another $100. The next month another $100. Then the third month, my wife is probably the biggest giver I've ever met in my life. She wrote a check and emptied the account and paid that off and sent it to the man of God. If she first said to me, she said, honey, don't be mad. Anytime she says that, I have to go, what did you do? And it's either, listen, I have come home before and all the living room furniture was gone. Yeah. She found a family that needed it and God said give it, she gave it. One time I came home and we had just bought a brass bed. That's back when brass beds were big, a few years back. And I come home and the brass bed's gone. Honey, don't be mad. I said, what's going on? I said, what'd you do? She said, well, she said, baby, there's this family that really needed it and God said to give it. I said, well, that's okay, baby, but what are we going to sleep on? She said, we got an old mattress in the back room. We'll throw it on the floor and sleep on it. Now, I'm a missionary. I can sleep on the floor without a mattress. I've done it before. So I thought, boy, if she can do it, I can do it. Real easy. So we slept on that mattress, and this lady come screeching down our road, came up to the front door and was banging on that front door. I mean, this was about 2 weeks later after we were sleeping on the floor. She gave the brass bed. Bang, 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 bang. So I opened the door kind of sheepishly, like who did I make mad with my last sermon? Because we were pastoring the church, you know, at the time. And I opened it up, and she's got the head thing going on, you know. Head going back and forth like that. She was mad. She was so mad. And she's shaking this check, you know, doing the head thing. Your wife! Something your wife did. Because of what she did, God said I had to do this. So I'm going to give it to you right now. Give it to her. Here it is. So I took it. Thank you. And she just, I mean, she huffed off. She went to the car, slammed the door, peeled out, and went down the road. And I'm holding a check made out to my wife. I look at it, it's for $10,000. Baby, anytime God tells you to give something away, that has happened repeatedly in our lives. I said, that has happened repeatedly in our lives. And so here, my wife's a big giver, so she took all the $700, and I said, baby, I wanted to do this, but it's going to be 3 weeks before I preach again. All of our bills are due, but what are we going to do? She said, I don't know, it's just the Lord told me to do it, and so I just did it. And at first I was a little upset, and you know, I heard the Lord speak to me just like I'm speaking to you. You know what He said to me? Are you going to let her be the only one that gets blessed? Boy, it took me. I thought maybe monthly, you know. But I said, Lord, I changed my attitude. I'm glad she did it. That vow is paid. I'm excited. I just did what you asked me to do. Yeah. In a ministry that's supernatural. Well, I'm excited. As soon as I said I was glad, this is what He said to me. Now, call me on covenant. This is what He said. Now, call me on covenant. Yeah. And anything you ask, I'll do it. Yeah. Just as plain as I'm saying this to you. And the first thing out of my mouth, I want creative miracles in the next meeting I'm in. I want God to fill people's teeth with gold, silver, enamel. I want tumors and growths to disappear. I want body parts that's missing to grow back. I want short to grow out and match the other leg. I want creative miracles.
Amen.
And instantly, here's this vision in the Spirit. And He gave me these 7 things that for 14 years, every time I've done the bread breaking service and give people these 7 things, creative miracles break out throughout the place.
Amen.
Hallelujah. One of the things was the sacrifice. Now listen, this is your opportunity, but you can pass it up if you want to. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it, but I'm glad I didn't. I said I'm glad I didn't. This is your night to hear the voice of God. This is your night to release a seed to the Lord. And we're going to be doing some very special things. And I'm going to tell you this. How many wants to see the full glory of God come down upon you? Do anything He tells you. I said, do anything He tells you. You remember the mother of Jesus at the wedding of Cana in Galilee? In John chapter 2, she went to the servants. Anything Jesus tells you to do, you just do it. And they did it, and there was a creative miracle came out of it. Do you think it was a sacrifice for them to fill those 6 big earthen water pots full of water? Let me tell you the difficulty of it just for a moment. Just show you about their sacrifice. Each one of those water pots, when I was in Israel, the last time I was in Israel, we actually went to the place where they had dug up the place that was called the wedding at Cana of Galilee. We actually went to the house. Went down the basement and we saw one of those water pots. That baby was this big around and it would stand this tall to the ground. The water pot itself weighed 250 pounds. Just the pot. There were 27 gallons of water that had to be filled in each one of them. Jesus said, fill them to the brim. Does anybody know what a gallon of water weighs? 8.8 pounds. 8.8 pounds times 27.
Amen.
Come on, somebody that's good in math. Anybody? That's quick in math? How many? Was it almost 300, between 250 and 350? I thought it was like 325 pounds. But it's quite a few pounds. So you take, it may be more than that.
About 245.
245. So you have 245 and 250. These weigh almost 500 pounds apiece. Now, they had to go to the local well, and it's really called a cistern, because I've been to Israel. They collect rainwater, that's their wells. And they have these steps. It looks like 2,000 steps. And they're so short that when I went down in one of them, and my feet are long. I was blessed with big feet. So I had to go sideways down these little bitty steps to get down where the water was collected. Now, they had to carry those 250 pounds, 6 of them, down all those little steps. They probably had to put them on a cart to take them there. And then go down and fill them up with water, pick them up, and carry without spilling it, because they had to be to the brim, Jesus said. And bring it in, and here's the next thing. They had to dish up the water, it was still water, and take it to the governor of this feast, which in Israel, if he said bring wine, and you brought water, you could be executed at a wedding. Because this is the thing. If you run out of the proper refreshment during the wedding feast, it means the wedding is doomed to failure. Come on, that's how the Jews believe. So it was bad news. And you can imagine them shaking with the water. When do you think it turned to wine? I believe when they handed it to the man and he picked it up to go to his mouth with it. Somebody say, without faith you can't please God. And faith without works is dead. This is your opportunity. I want you to begin to hear the voice of God about something that God would tell you to give in the offering. Now we've been speaking a particular